Hi, welcome to Gemini Star Spiritual Wellness. Thank you for joining me today. I'm excited that you're here with me for this video. So, in today's video, we're looking at the weekly tarot card reading for the week of February 22nd through 28, 2026, for all the earth signs. So, that would be Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. So, let's see what's going on for all you earth signs for this upcoming week. And as always, please take what resonates and leave behind what doesn't. And I want to thank all my subscribers out there for supporting the channel. If you're not yet a subscriber, please hit that subscribe button so that you get future videos I put out. And please hit that like button. So this will go out to other earth signs that need to see the information, because the way YouTube works, if you hit that like button, it helps send it out to more people and helps get the video out in front of more people. And it helps the channel to grow. So let's see what's going on for this last week of February already. Hard to believe that. So let's see what's coming up for this week. What is the energy for earth signs for the week of February 22nd through 28th, 2026? Energy for the earth signs. Okay, let's see what's going on. All right, so we've got the Four of Pentacles, we've got the Nine of Swords, the Two of Wands, the Eight of Wands. All right, the Two of Cups. Just try to get this on the running out of room here. All right, King of Swords. Let's say Five of Cups, King of Swords, and the Hermit. Okay. All right, so coming into this last week of February, Earth signs, you are definitely looking at your options. You are pondering your options. Like, you see how he's looking out over the landscape and he's pondering, he's thinking about his options. And that's in your past position. So you've already been doing that, thinking about your options. Now, coming into your current energy, you're definitely feeling you're holding on tight to your pentacles. So I'm sensing that there's like a feeling of insecurity. And it could be because you're looking at your options, trying to make a decision. So because you're kind of up in the air right now, looking at your options, you could very well be holding on to your pentacles, to your financial, abundance, not spending money on any big ticket items or anything right now, just kind of holding it close, because there's a sense of like, insecurity is what that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing. It's like there's a sense of fear right now because things feel kind of up in the air and they don't feel very stable and secure. So that's making you want to kind of hoard it towards you. So you definitely have some worry and concern going on, but it's unnecessary. But there's definitely some anxiety and worry going on. And it's, could be keeping you up at night. Because if you see, he's, in his bed with his hand on his face, his hands on his face. So it's definitely, yes, I'm definitely hearing there's some anxiety. And it's going back to things being up in the air with that lack of, feeling like there's this lack of feeling secure, which is causing you to kind of have this miserly type behavior with your finances right now. But also it's because you're looking at options. You're looking at your options. And so because you feel kind of unstable, you don't feel very secure right now, you're holding things close and you definitely have some anxiety going on and worry. But it's nothing to worry about, but you definitely have that going on. And I know that's easier said than done. Sometimes it's hard not to have anxiety about things. And so that's how you feel. And then what's interesting is you've got some messages coming in. And it could very well be about whatever this situation is that I'm talking about, where you're trying to make up your decision about something, you're feeling insecure, you're anxious. It's like information's coming in. that's going to like, kind of give, like help you move forward with whatever you have to do with this. So it's like, this information's coming in to help you. These messages are coming in to like move things along. So this is what I have for you, earth signs, for your current energy for this week. So this is all happening right now. So you could very well be getting these messages this upcoming week. That's going to help, going to help with what you have to do. Kind of like missing information. Like you get some kind of, information coming in, messages that kind of help move things forward. But what's interesting for you is in the near future, I've got this 5 of Cups. So this hasn't happened yet because it's in your near future, but it's coming. And I feel like whatever messages you get in the current energy is gonna put you in this 5 of Swords. So it's like there's kind of a sense of loss, regret, guilt, because you can see he's looking kind of forlorn there in his little cloak, looking down at the spilled cups. Now there's some cups behind him that aren't spilled, but he doesn't see those. He's focused on these ones. So there's definitely a sense of like loss, grief, going on in the near future. And when you get that information, when those messages come in, it's going to kick you into this loss and grief type sadness, type of energy. And it's going to put you in the hermit mode. And you're going to kind of like pull into yourself and follow your inner light, follow your intuition to help you get through this. So you could very well, kind of get in the hermit mode, just kind of pull back and do some thinking and figuring out how you want to proceed, and you're trying to follow that inner light. And it's also going to put you in this kind of King of Swords energy. So using your wisdom, I'm hearing, using your intellect, but it's like the King of Swords can be very kind of cutting. He's not like a warm and fuzzy king. So it's kind of like but it's like you're using truth, and intellect and words, thoughts and words to your advantage to help you. So it's kind of like you go into hermit mode because of it, and it kind of, and then, while you're in hermit mode, you're going into the King of Swords type of archetype to deal with the situation, help give you wisdom, there's going to be thoughts and words um and, I keep hearing intellect, like using your intelligence, using information. But it's going to be like what they're telling me is you're not going to put up with nonsense, because if you look at him, he's a no nonsense kind of guy. So it's like you're not going to put up with nonsense. You're going to be like, he's standing there with that sword. He's sitting there with that sword in front of him, being a little bit defensive. That's kind of how you're going to be. You're not going to put up with any nonsense or any, BS, basically. So let's do some clarifiers for that 5 of Cups in the near future. 2 clarifiers, please, for the 5 of Cups for the earth signs. Okay, 2 clarifiers. Okay. So there was a sense of confusion that you had about whatever decision you were trying to make. I was talking about in the beginning where you're feeling like insecure. There was a sense of confusion. And it's like whatever these messages are that come in, it's going to help alleviate this for you. It's going to help get you out of this kind of, confused state. But also, I'm hearing like you might have been procrastinating a little bit. Like maybe you were procrastinating making this decision and looking at your options. Like you were kind of maybe dragging your feet on it because of the insecurity, because of the anxiety. You weren't rushing maybe to make a decision. So there could have been a combination of confusion and procrastination going on. But you're ultimately going to decide to walk away from something. So I feel like you get some clarity and you decide to no longer procrastinate. You get some clarity. It's like you're going to go ahead and make that choice that you've been kind of mulling around. You're going to make that choice. And there is going to be a sense of loss because you're walking away from something. But what I'm hearing is they're telling me that it's going to be better for you to walk away from it. So whatever this situation was, which I don't know what it is, but whatever it was like it wasn't good for you. Like it's time for you to walk away from it and leave it behind. And that's what you're going to do. Like him in that card there. You're going to walk away from it. But there is going to be a sense of loss because, like a sense of sadness and loss, even though it's going to be better for you to get out of that situation, there's still going to be kind of a sense of, a sense of grieving and loss at the end of the situation, even though it's going to be better for you in the long run. But you are going to make a decision to walk away. So they're saying not to rush through this, like allow yourself some time to grieve and heal. Don't rush through this hermit because I feel like you're going to need this hermit phase. You're going to need that energy to help you kind of get through this. And you're going to get some strength with this, Knight of Swords archetype energy. Like that's going to help you also to get through it. But it's like, give yourself some time. Be kind to yourself, they're saying. Give yourself time to heal, be in that hermit mode, and don't put up with any nonsense, get into that King of Swords energy, and move forward through it. But they're just saying down the road, things are going to be better for you. It's going to be better for you in the long run that you got out of this situation now, even though in the current moment, when you're going through this, it's not going to feel like that. It's going to feel rough currently, or in the near future, because this is near future. But it's like, but don't let that hold you down because it's going to be, there's going to be a rainbow at the end of the tunnel there. You're going to end up, being better off for getting out of this situation now. And it's interesting because when you looked at the astrology for February, there's a lot of stuff happening with the energy and the astrology about us letting go of things, making plans, new beginnings of things, releasing things that are no longer in alignment with us. And I've been seeing that like all last year. In the readings for all last year, it's like there's been this theme of releasing things that are no longer in alignment with us. And I definitely feel like that's what's going on for you, Earth signs, is that, the time of this situation has run out and it's time for you to move on. And it's going to be better for you in the long run, even though you might not see it at the moment. It will be. And it's like, you're releasing something that's no longer in alignment with you. So that's what I have for you, Earth signs. It's a pretty deep reading, but that's what I have. So I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.